Welcome to my garden shed of later, guys. This is my shed I had to put together lately for all my I will later do them projects. As you can see, it's filled with boxes which were previously in my craft room. And because lately I kind of had a hard time to walk through, this shed happen. Hello and welcome everybody. Welcome back to my channel. It's Eva from Bohemian Crafting here again. I'm coming to share with you today my new digital kit, also my new digital kit as a freebie for all of you. It's already listed on my Patreon, and also some projects which I made in the past few days along of building my crafting shed or storing shed. I'm gonna be talking a little bit and walk you through to this collection, and it was very much inspired by a really beautiful generous gift from my neighbors who came to visit us, and they bring what they did plant actually. They did plant potatoes, raspberries and blackberries, and they bring baskets with all these goodies to us, and it was such a lovely gift, and that gave me inspiration to create a digital collection which I will use for creating photo album for them, for my beautiful neighbors. I already tried that photo album. It ended up also in my shed because it didn't go well. I had to change it. So it's in those unfinished projects which are now in my shed of later. I've been chatting about this one with my amazing Patreons, and if you do like beautiful, crafty humor, go to have a look on my Patreon site. That post is public post, and I think you will enjoy all comments there, everything what we wrote to each other. It was very cheerful, and I can't express enough how much I am grateful for my Patreons. They are amazing bunch of people, very kind, loving, and very funny, and I love them so much. So these papers you can see, which I am flipping through, they are from my new collection, Bramble Book. And as I said, it's inspired by the gift I received from my neighbors, and also by the bush of blackberries I do have in my garden. And very next to my shed, I do have these beautiful blackberries. Look at them. It's not many, but I do have. Don't eat it, that's mine. The Chase like them too. Look at them. Past 2 weeks, I've been sorting boxes and bags which will go to my later shed and which will stay in my room. I do have loads of things to sort it out already, but there are still few little boxes and few bags which I need to finish. And because it was time of reorganizing and making my room supportive for my creativity, I've been also decorating and remaking some of my uh, storage boxes. Like is this clear one? I found it on Timo and I really like the size, so I decided to change it into look of museum, those vitrine cabinets or drawers. I decided to also fill it the boxes with cardboard box, like the floor. I did use old one and I cut it on pieces which will fit into those little drawers. First, I wrapped them in black paper, as I wanted to have there, that dramatic look. And then I glued over that black paper on one side, brown paper, and I did distress it with my nail file. So I received this beautiful look. And then I went to change color on those handles of that box and on kind of like mantinels or edges of these boxes. I have used black acrylic paint, alcohol ink brownie and black, and also wonderful Prima Marketing wax. That was gift from my amazing friend Evie. That was amazing gift, really. It's 6 years old and it still works. So to be able to color all these plastic pieces, I had to wipe off any kind of residue from, when they make these organizers. Then first I used black acrylic paint, and once it was dry, I used over it those alcohol inks. It gives beautiful base for that wax. And as I said, this wax is 6 years or maybe even more, definitely 6 years old, and it still works. Really, guys, these waxes are amazing. They do make wonderful job on any kind of surfaces. You just need to make sure that you will make that surface clean from any kind of oily stuff. I love this bronze color, so I did use it also on that clear plastic box. And I did color it also these little bridges on the side, and I really love the result. And this is my plastic organizer, which will fit into my room much better way than if it will be just clean or clear plastic one. I really love this effect of that, that wax on that black painting. It really gives beautiful vintage vibe, and I do love this ruler I had for many years. I found that second one, and if you did saw my video in the past, I think it's already 2 years, when I have made this poking tool for journals, you will recognize that it is much smaller. It got broken few times actually. From that original poking tool, I do have this inside only, including that tape, which you can probably see under my painting. This is from that original. Also, these sides are, but I had to cut them down a little bit. This and this, it's from that cutting these sides shorter. And this, it's from cutting these sides shorter. They were too much long, and it was kind of wiggly, all that cradle. I just cut it smaller. I also added cardboard box here and here to kind of make it thicker and look a little bit better. I added a lot of hot glue, as you can see, but painted, it actually looks quite well with the painting over it. I need to paint it here a few times more. And then I added that ruler. I did use hot glue also for editing that ruler, just to make sure it will hold. So there is plenty of hot glue underneath here and over the edge of my cradle, because these don't have any holes for screws. And I really like these rulers. I never use them as a ruler. I always use them as decoration. So now I do have this one and this one, and I love how it looks with all those bits and pieces. If you do like organizers, I will put link down below for this one. And I do have also another one which I actually like very much. I think it's perfect organizer for open projects, for journals we are working on, and we do have separate maybe washi tapes, stickers, stamps. This little box has a little organizer here, then pocket here, and then another pocket underneath, a deeper pocket. And I do have there my British papers, which I did share a little reel on my Instagram with these. I did share these papers with my Patreons, and I already also made a little organizer. this little organizer, which does have quite amazing sliding effect and magnetic pockets. Here, all of these are magnetic, then you can slide it back. Okay, yeah, if you don't get stuck, and close it with this elastic band. So that's I made with these British papers, or along the British Isles papers, or I mean that's the name of my collection. I really love this collection. This is inspired by my life here in UK, by everything I love about UK, about England, Scotland, about all United Kingdom, you know. So these colors are colors of the United Kingdom flag. I do have that flag everywhere actually. In this collection there are loads of, yeah, I do have here upside down, look at that, I didn't notice just now, oops. So I do have there so many images with flags, and then so many images of the things I really love about UK, about England. I think that so many things which happened here lately are making me to create even more something with English theme, because England deserves the attention, you know, the good attention. So I do have this British inspired collection also on my Etsy. My Patreons already have it, and I'm planning to create a journal from that. And of course, you know, iconic post box and telephone booths and few images like this. And as a gift I do have for you 7 designs for a garden journal. There are some background papers, some ledge papers, and some tags and labels. I just they do have edges. I just forgot to change my settings on my printer, so it did print it without, you know, from the without border actually. So the images, they do have nice edges, they do have white space around. I just, my printer, it's crazy. So these will be like a freebie. All links will be down below. My Patreons already has all of these collections, so if you are my Patreon, go to have a look. This is for all of my Patreons, that the berries and the British Isles, along the British Isles, are for Patreons with tier, with digitals. And for today, I decided I will start to create my pages, or start to choose what I will use for my pages. And one of the things I would like to use is this shopping bag actually. It's nice and strong. This is that cooling bag, and I don't mind this shiny side, because I do believe I will cover it with some kind of decorative paper. I do like that thickness. So one of the papers in my journal will be creating from these. And the measurement, how I should cut this shopping bag, I will take from another find which I got through to my cleaning room or organizing room. I found this stack of envelopes and papers and envelopes and index cards which are prepared for journal. And I really like this one. Look at this. They are tea dyed, coffee dyed, and they are already with sewing effect, these envelopes. So I was thinking one of those something pages, pockets, I'm not sure, will be these envelopes actually, and these index cards, yes, of course, and probably these postcards, because I prepared them for something, and then I place them in those piles. So now it's later. Now I'm gonna use them. So measurement of my journal will be actually this, and these sewn and tea-dyed envelopes. They are DL envelopes, and that will be measurement for creating pages from book pages, from normal paper for my journal, and from this shopping bag. So this will be my measurement. I'm gonna tell you, this is 8.5 by 4 1/4 or 4 3/8, 4 3/8 of inch, and it is 11 by 22. Yeah, 11 by 22 centimeters. That's the size of my envelope, and that will be the size I will try to get from this paperback. I'm gonna speed up that process of making my pages from this shopping bag, just because if we will watch it in normal speed, we will all fall in sleep. So what I did, I took my envelope and I made marks on that shopping bag, and then I have cut strips from that shopping bag in the size of the height of that envelope. Then I took my guillotine, not my guillotine, Tim Holtz guillotine. Brilliant stuff, by the way, if you are looking for some stable and really very good quality guillotine. I do recommend Tim Holtz stuff because he always has wonderful quality of supplies. So I took my guillotine and I have cut those strips on 4.5 inches pieces from each folded side, and then those pieces between those strips, between those ends, I guess, I have scored on my scoring board in the size 4 3/4, 9.5, I believe, and that rest I have just folded down. I will use it as an pocket in the process of creating these journal pages, because I wanted to have these journal pages a little bit decorative and somehow interesting. I also added tabs on the sides. I made 3 styles of tabs, uh, top tab, bottom tab, and middle tab. So in that journal, it should be spread nicely, and they should fit really well to, you know, to do beautiful side effect on my journal. That was all what I did with this paperback, and then I started to mix these uh, shopping bag pages with those envelopes and graph papers and postmarks, which I found through to my cleaning process. I do have prepared pages for my journal. I have added here this graph paper. I do have here those sewn around envelopes, those pages from bags, and I also added papers I have printed long time ago. I think it was keto diet, I think so. Yeah, calories, some recipes. So I did print it out, this one, a very long time ago. So I do have some of these pages left. I think I did print it out twice, and I'm gonna be using them here. Just don't wanna read it off, you know. They do have that beautiful old color already, yellowed. And here it's that rest from my shopping bag, then another envelope, and then is end of that graph paper. And I did mix all these envelopes, papers, also postcards in some little bunches, and I will work through and embellish them, put them together in some signatures. And I'm thinking to do maybe this first one right now, decorate it somehow. So for this first opening, I decided to use first my embossing folder. I have found this one on Amazon. It does have a window arc, and it is from Crafter's Companion, and I never used that. I just received that a few days ago. So I'm gonna be using that, and I will see how that will go. Where I should open it, probably here. Ooh, looks good. And it will fit here just exactly. So I'm gonna use that embossing folder right there. You will see. It does look cute. So now I'm gonna cut the window. So I'm gonna cut between these sides and cut slightly here. Keep just this one intact with the sides. Here I'm gonna cut so the sides of the window will be able to open, and I'm gonna also cut separate window slots, and then I will replace it with acetate sheet. First I'm gonna cut straight lines here between these. Gonna flip it over, place double-sided tape where and now I'm gonna cut those windows in between. So I do have cutted window and I do have opening. Now I'm gonna grab one acetate sheet. This is from some old photo album, so I saved these acetate pieces because they do have beautiful texture. So I'm gonna use it here and I'm just gonna glue it over that window. So I do have acetate in those window frames, and I'm thinking to put another acetate here as well to that window, because then from this side I would like to have a pocket actually. So now I'm gonna put one piece of acetate here over that all window. So I do have piece of acetate here as well. Now I do have paper on these sides. Here I made it slightly longer, but I don't have to cover all the way. I'm gonna be using this paper from my collection, and I will just place it over it. I will use my sewing machine and sew it here and on the bottom, and of course that left over I will just cut off and probably use on other side, because this could be really nice in there. So before I will glue it down, I did fussy cut it out this corner flower, including all those leaves, because it looks really beautiful here at the front. I will, and it actually sits exactly on that spot, which is perfect. So I'm gonna be using this one here, and here I will need it slightly longer, so I did glued piece of paper underneath, and what I did, fussy cut it out from the bottom of this sheet. I'm gonna actually glue here, kind of extend this side. From before, I had decorated one coin envelope with this blueberries, blackberries paper, and I decided to use it as a pocket on this page. And I also wanted to add there some decorative element, and I do love look of metal piece. So I decided to add there an eyelet, and I end up with two eyelets as a decoration. I will add there later lace and button. Very next step was little stamping all around with a grungy stamp with that texture and few writings. These were, I believe, sample stamps. And then I just assembled some decorations and inserts. So I do have a little ribbon here, and here I added lace and button, just very simple decorations. This is also like a pocket. And now I'm gonna decorate this front with this one, but because it's just, you know, fragile paper, well, it's strong, but still, this is very thin. I'm gonna reinforce it with resin. So I do have resin over the fruit, and I can now glue it right here. So this is kind of like a reinforcing thing from old uh, envelope, which came probably from Amazon, I think. I'm gonna use it right here, and I'm gonna create one extra pocket. Just gonna simply glue this piece, which way, this way or this way. Well, I like more this color, so I'm gonna glue it that way. So now I can glue it right there. I'm gonna cut off the slot here inside. Well, it would be definitely better if I will remember I do have this stuff, and I found this stuff before I glued and sewn this paper down, so I will be able to make these things, these changes, easy way. But right now I will just slide in my cutting mat, grab my knife, and cut the window here where there is that slot right there. And I do have my pocket. Look at that, I can see through. So I can put some long tag from this side. So for the pocket here, I have this piece of, I'm not sure what was that before, but I did use this decorative paper in the background. Then I use this strip from printer paper. It's from that, what is the word? Never ending. I don't remember exact name of that paper, but I will try to find out and link it down below. And it fits here just exactly, so I can decorate it with something. And I'm thinking to use some of these beautiful images of the seat pockets fronts. So I'm gonna cut it and use something. And because I have printed out these designs on very light paper, that was my kind of like testing print, and I don't like to waste my paper, so I'm gonna of course use it. I packed that paper, that print, with old file folder in this beautiful brown color, and now I can fussy cut out all images. I'm gonna also keep what is around these seat pockets, because there is some writing, and I added that just because it can make beautiful a little embellishment on my journal pages. So even these side strips, these can be used like maybe washi tapes, maybe a little decoration behind the picture. So I can use this as an accordion piece and have it glued here, or I can use separate image and just do some layout as an embellishment here. So I'm gonna use this as my embellishment on that. And I'm gonna use one of these strips to place them here, because every kind of bits and pieces from those printables should be used. There is plenty of things we are wasting in our planet, so let's not add there even more. Even those small bits and pieces we will save. It's good, you know, it's at least something. This one I'm gonna glue here on the bottom, and I'm gonna add there some embellishment. This will add thickness and texture. Once it's dry, I'm gonna cut these sides. And this, I can make it either like pocket or maybe like some opening here. Why not? And for that opening part, I'm gonna take this large index card, because I think it will hold really nicely my decorative piece. I'm gonna fold that index card the way where it will make beautiful base for that seat pocket design. I think this one will be just exactly. Show yourself. Yeah, this will be good enough. Use double-sided tape and use it just for gluing it down on my tack or insert. Now I'm gonna cut those corners here and here. And before I will glue it here, I'm gonna sew in this on the top, and I'm gonna make it like a pocket from the top. So I will sew it on these 3 sides like this. Now a little bit more embellishment. I think it will be really good. So I'm gonna add there some washi tape and probably some easy stamping from some of these stamps I do have on my little carousel. So I have added washi tapes, some stamping, and that circle from washi tapes actually, which is perfect decoration. So now I'm gonna add there, oops, also eyelet. Just poke the hole. And fix an eyelet. These are 9mm eyelets or grumettes, because they do have that underneath circle, this washer, or what is it, from other side. So these are grumettes from Abbey Tops. I really like it with that metal on there. So now I can glue it to my little tack. So as I said, it will be glued with this double-sided tape. First I will cut off this, and now I can glue my little extra here. And before I will add my little tack, no, not so little, long, long tack with a little opening to my pocket here, I have found in those boxes I still need to sort out this frame. This is from my green collection, but I don't remember exact name of that collection. If I will find it, I will link it down below. This frame, which is kind of prepared to be used, and this is made from my son's school book, actually. I saved book they had for learning Germany, and from book pages of that book, or from pages from that book, I have made some envelopes long time ago. I do believe this is coffee dyed with that tone which it has. So I do believe this is coffee dyed, and I made it with that, oh yeah, with those pages from that book. Oh my god. So I'm gonna use that here, and I will create some extra opening. I don't know what is going on, guys. Just somehow can't talk. So I'm gonna glue that envelope inside. Gonna add a little bit of glue here. And have you seen new Tim Holtz video about Halloween ideology? I need to watch that. I haven't seen it yet. I have to watch that because there is always so much inspiration in these videos. Those makers are awesome. They are very talented and amazing, really, with all sharing of these ideas. So I need to watch that video. I'm gonna be inspired a little bit. You know, maybe it will help me to sort out more of my scraps. Oh, come on, sit there. Okay, like that. Hopefully, yeah. I do have that. Now, this frame, I'm gonna put that frame right here. Glue here, here, and here. And that way I will have kind of like entry from this side. It will be like a little pocket. And I'm gonna be using double-sided tape to glue it down. And to make sure I will don't put more of double-sided tape than I need. Just, you know, flipping the way it will sit, actually. I'm thinking this way, so it will have beautiful frame around here. And place it right there. Like that. Okay. Now I can place my tag here. And I can either leave it underneath, or maybe I can fit here. Oh, just exactly, look at that. Oh, I didn't plan that, but I really like that I can fit exactly. If I will have some long paper clip, I can clip it here. I will have to have a look if I do have some longer one. Oh, like is this one, look at that. Oh, quite a big paper clip. I'm gonna place it right there. Look at this. Okay, I can hold it this way. Something can be placed also here in this pocket. So I have added one little paper I do have here for ages. It's from some old documents, and then this is sticker. It's like frame sticker. I added in this pocket, and then I do have that window, and I found these. I have made these, oh my god, I think 8 years ago, maybe even longer. 7 years ago, I will say, probably like something like that. I also shared these designs with my Patreons long time ago. I hope I will still find them in my computer. These are scans of those small little cards. You can find that they were like, I think, with cigarettes or with matches. And you can collect these little images in like album of these images in collectible book, or not sure how the right name of that, but I did resize those images and scan them and resize them to make them like cutie insert for my journals, and I have prepared them like a sticker. I do have here double-sided tapes on all of them, so they can be used as a sticker. I'm gonna place it in that window right there. Ta-da! Ta-da! That can be placed anything, you know, but right now I do have this one. So I do have my little book done. This I'm gonna keep for writing space, and that is my first page of my future Bramble book. I do have loads of papers to work with. I do have also my cute organizer to store all these little scraps, bits and pieces. Also for those who like to have some organizers, I will put link down below for this one as well, because I think these organizers are just amazing. I do hope you did enjoy the video, short walk through how I made this one. So that's all my sharing for today. Thank you so much for joining me and spending your time with me. I hope that you will have a beautiful time, even if you are preparing yourself for creating, or you are just enjoying your craft room by sitting there and looking at your stuff. It's still good, you know. Or if you are in the stage where you will probably need that later shed, well, welcome to the club. Guys. It's happening to many of us, as I noticed on my Patreon. Those comments from ladies were amazing. They made me laugh so much, because it was just amazing to read it. Go to have a look. That post is public, so you can read what we are sharing there, and it's mostly so funny. So that's all my sharing for today. If you are planning to have some later shed, let me know. Hopefully you will enjoy it same as I do. And that's all for today. Don't forget to download your freebies with garden collection. I hope you will like it. If you do like my berries collection, Bramble Book collection, link will be down below as well. I wish you all a beautiful day. Take care of yourself, and I will be back soon. Bye.